Well, the ANC has tried to distance itself from the escalating violence that's gripped Tshwane. The governing party suggests it's the work of rogue criminal elements. Let's get some insight from political analyst Somadoda Fikeni, who joins us via Skype. Good evening to you, Prof, and thank you very much for your time. Let's start off, having come out of this media briefing by the Justice and Security Cluster, with your assessment of how ANC and government officials are dealing with this difficult situation.
Well, I do think that at this moment they are dealing with it administratively in terms of the law enforcement, but there is also a political problem that they have to be dealing with. I do know that the mayor of Tshwane has been addressing people in Atteridgeville, but that seemed not to have worked as it should be. And as such, ANC would have to invoke and involve senior leaders to go to the branches, to go to the region itself and try to explain the decision, try to persuade people, because this problem is both political and, of course, it is an issue of security and law enforcement at another level.
What is confusing for those observing this is just clarity on this issue. Do we have a camp of pro-Kgosietso Ramakgopa people fighting for him to stay because of something like patronage and corruption, or has he simply just been a very effective mayor?
I do think that the opinion is quite divided even within the ANC itself. There are those who believe that he came up with mega projects and they believe he was effective, well-educated, talented, and smart. But there are those who believe that he made some major mistakes along the way, and among those, the smart meter reading being one of those. So to that extent, you see this when ANC branches in the region were gathering. He was not necessarily the most popular candidate, which means even if you did not have Togo Didiza, the name, brought in, his supporters, if those are the core supporters, would have still protested at another candidate being brought in.
Let's just have a look at some of the statements that are coming out this evening. One of these accusations by the EFF, saying it was attacked by the ANC, as Julius Malema and various other members of an EFF delegation were out today. Can you just give us a sense of whether the ANC is currently in control of its supporters, or whether there's a sort of degeneration into violence that we're starting to see within the governing party?
Well, I do think that we would be making a big mistake if we confined this to the ANC merely because it is the largest party and the ruling party at this moment. Here we are seeing a societal problem which manifested itself in Malamulele, in Vuwani, in the communities near Durban, and it's beginning to show itself in terms of political assassinations. Therefore, and you have seen the violent rhetoric within the universities themselves, some buildings being burned. Therefore, the society has to address this issue comprehensively, because ANC might be there today. Even if it were to lose in some of the municipalities, you may face the same problem of violent reaction to make demands. So it's a societal problem within the ANC itself. It is exacerbated by a 10-year-long factionalism that has been taking root, as well as patronage, which comes with it, where people see winning and losing in a zero-sum game. Therefore, when their person loses position, they see it as an existential crisis that will be wiped out in terms of employment, in terms of business opportunities, or in terms of some of the projects that may come to their own areas, the development projects.
Well, if what you're saying is true, then are compromise candidates in this context simply papering over what is a very serious problem that's not going to go away?
Without any doubt, it is the political culture that is taking root, which simply means that one has to ask a bigger question. Should ANC lose, will some of its constituencies accept the outcome? Should some other parties which may believe that they are going to win lose, will they accept any new government in place? Or will we have very unstable municipalities, even if Party A or Party B wins, because we have this new political culture where violence has become a lingua franca of political communication.
Dr. Somadoda Fikeni, thank you so much for your analysis into that story. He is a political analyst.